today we're going to be looking at Hungary, and you can see at this point I have formed Austro-Hungary and I have completed the mission tree 100%. This was going to be my original Hungary guide. If you guys see my other Hungary guide, I did a lot of tag switching. This one, I stay to Hungary the entire game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you do, please consider subscribing. With that said, let's get into it. Let's start with rivals. I'm going to rival to the Ottomans, Poland, and Bohemia. Then we can do our states. I'm going to be granting 2 of the mana privileges and then seizing land. I'll be granting the 3rd mana privilege when we get back to 30 crown land. That way we never are getting autonomy, especially because we're playing to dev the gold, and we don't want autonomy in the gold. Other than that, I'm going to do oversight, lose diplomats, increase levies, supremacy over the crown, patronage of the arts, indebted to the burghers, and free enterprise. I like to keep my equilibrium above 50, so that way I can seize land without rebels. For advisors, I'm just going to do any level 1. I'm actually going to get this Diplorep advisor, even though it's level 2, and we'll get rid of him in a minute. I just want the extra Diplorep for my original alliances. Going to ally to Burgundy. I'm going to scornfully insult Wallachia, so that way Moldavia will like me a bit more. We'll also send him a gift. 50 ducats should be fine. And one thing to note is they changed the Burgundian inheritance, so you can now accept the royal marriage. You don't need to send it. Just a little nice change they added. I'm going to hire the Grand Company. I'm going to ally to Austria. I'm going to grab the Old Alliances mission now that I've recruited the Grand Company. And I'm going to get my royal marriage with Moldavia. Royal marriage Burgundy. I'm going to royal marriage with Austria. And then I'm going to get an alliance with Moldavia. That's going to complete control Moldavia. Let's go ahead and grab that. And for the weekend Poland mission, if we can get equal to his dev, so if we can, right now we're at 217, if we can get to 220, we get a PUCB, but only if he hasn't accepted Jagillion yet. So this is important to do this fast. What I'm going to do is encourage dev in this region, because this is where the gold is, and I'm just going to dev each province once. So you can see I can now grab this weekend Poland, and this will give me a restoration union against Poland. So ideally, Poland will not have accepted the Jagillion event in the first 4 months, and then you can get the PU, otherwise you won't be able to. I'm going to mothball my forts. So here's the event, the diet of 1445. You're going to want the top option. You get a 455. And just remember, if he dies, you're going to be stuck under a PU with Austria, so just keep that in mind. Hopefully you don't have bad luck. I'm going to start currying favors with Austria and Burgundy. And I'm going to declare my first war of the game against Wallachia. And let's jump into that. And it should be a fairly easy one. And this mission here now doubles the chance that Moldavia will be under you, so it's kind of nice. A little bit less RNG. We're going to be deving up the gold as fast as possible. You're going to want to dev the gold a bunch to start off, but I'd recommend not using mill, as it's going to be very important not to be behind a mill tech, especially considering the Ottomans are on your border. And don't take this mission straight away. You actually want to wait to get the free extra production. Basically, if 40% of your income is gold, you get an extra 2 production, so it's worth waiting. So Poland now selected we need a Jagillion. This is nice because your restoration of union is now going to grant you Poland and Lithuania. I'm going to go ahead and improve relations with Croatia. I'm going to continue to dev the gold when I have the points available. I'm going to grab war reps from Herzegovina. I'll go ahead and grab colonization and money from Wallachia. And that's going to complete this deal with Dracula mission. It's going to give us some subjugation claims on Bosnia and Serbia. Although often the Ottomans will have guaranteed the independence of Serbia, so we won't be able to do that straight away. It looks like Moldavia chose to be a march of Poland despite our increased chances, but that's okay, because Poland's going to be our subject anyways. We'll be waiting for favors for a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my army maintenance. I'm going to go ahead and declare on Bosnia here. I'm not going to co-belligerate because of the guarantee from the Ottomans. And in the meantime, we're going to continue to dev the gold. So far, we're at 10 dev. I'm going to have Serbia annul with Byzantium, just so that when the Ottomans attack Byzantium, he doesn't end up losing that land. So I'll also prevent him from guaranteeing Albania. Again, I just don't want him to lose that to the Ottomans. And that peace deal should be good. I don't necessarily want to take money because that would make the truce timer longer. I'll go ahead and fully annex Bosnia in this war. Take a bit of cash. And now I'll turn off my maintenance for a little bit. So I grab Mill 4 ahead of time, and I'm going to use that to get the Restoration Union done easier. So our truce has just expired. We're just about ready to go to war. We're just waiting for these last favors to come in. I'm going to go ahead and declare this Restoration of Union. I'm going to call in Burgundy and Austria. Shouldn't be too bad of a war. I would recommend keeping your 3 stacks together. Now I'm going to go ahead and build that castle on the border with the Ottomans. And that's for a mission here. And this province here is Zorgel. So sieging this town is going to be hugely important, of course. This war shouldn't be crazy hard. You outnumber them pretty hard. And you have a mill tech advantage. So we've dev the gold to 14, and I'm hoping that should be enough to get this mission done. It is, so when I do this mission, now I get an extra 2 dev. So I'm just 1 dev away from the 30 dev in the province. I'm going to do that straight away when I can. So there we go, I got 30 dev in that province. And you can see the depletion chance is still only 0.19. So it's super solid. And our Age of Discovery objective is done. And this province provides me almost 12 ducats a month, so that's pretty solid. Put us a little behind in our other tech groups, but that's okay. We will catch up. I'm going to crush them down here with my mill tech advantage. And I recommend focusing nothing at the start, just because you want to keep your Mill tech good, but also your other techs is good as well. I'm just going to get some more reps and money from Brandenburg. I'll go ahead and concentrate a little bit of dev to the capital. We do have a mission here that wants us to have higher dev in our capital than Bohemia or Austria. So we're just going to be concentrating dev early on in the game where we can. And here's my radical reforms event. And for those that don't know, you need an inflation and trade efficiency guy to get those. And you just get out of here, both of you, for the extra points. And I could end this war, but it's going to be important that I don't end this war until I get my new leader in 1455, or else I would lose the Union. So keep that in mind. And I can complete this mission, the Scourge of Europe. That's for having 3 forts on the border. And we're going to go for this mission as soon as I can. It allows you to have half-off forts on borders, and not bordered to any rival, just borders in general. And what you need to do is upgrade 5 provinces at least 3 times that have a fort. So I can encourage dev over here, get these 2 guys upgraded. Probably just going to save the mill points, but let's encourage dev here. And we're already encouraging dev up here, so we might as well just go ahead and grab that. Okay, so that's all done. Grab that. And so this is a privilege here. And what this privilege does is it gives you half off forts that are on the border. So you can see we're paying half for forts that are on our borders, which is super nice. Saves you quite a bit of money. I'm going to try to keep my stab at 1 for the prosperity. And I'm kind of just chilling on this war. Can't end the war for at least another year. So this event will pop early on in 1455. You're going to hit the top one. This is going to remove Austria's historical friend and give you a 456. So now that's done, we can go ahead and grab that union. So I'm just going to do a union with Poland and money. We're going to need to start improving relations with both Poland and Lithuania. I'm going to go ahead and seize land and then grab that Diplo privilege that we held off doing earlier. And you don't have to do that. I just like to have my autonomy at 0. Different reasons such as reform progress and just cash. It's not super important. If you want to do all the mana privileges at the start, you're totally good to. Make sure you get a new world marriage with Burgundy after your leader dies. I'm going to turn off my maintenance and mothball forts. And I'll get rid of the Grand Company now. We'll get some normal troops to replace them. And my alliance is breaking with Austria, which is pretty normal. That'll happen. I got this mission down the Jagiellonian Union. We're going to be in a regency for a few years, so we're not going to be able to do any wars anyways. So it's a good time to just kind of recoup. And Hungary has a unique reform here that gives you national unrest, an extra nobility max privilege, and then just 10 equilibrium and 10 influence. I'm going to grab it because it's new. I don't know if it's necessarily the best, but hey, -1 unrest, I like it. I got a claim on Serbia, it's a normal claim. I prefer not to subjugate them if possible. But I'm going to start improving with the Papal States. I'm going to make both these stacks into a 12-4. The stack that I've used for a long time, and I find it's pretty good in the early game, if you can afford it. We got this mission here, the Hungarian Succession. Gives us some nice perma claims. I got the Burgundian Succession. It's a bit early, but we'll take it. Fortunately, it's a little too early for comfort. I was hoping to use the Succession to dismantle the HRE, but I don't think it's going to be possible. I can try to improve relations with some of the electors. I just don't think I have the time because that kind of happened so soon. I was planning to fight Bohemia next, but I kind of threw a wrench in my plans because I'm going to be against Austria now. I'm just going to go through an ally who I can, see if we can dismantle this HRE. It's going to be a bit complicated, but we'll give it a go. Grab my alliance with Cologne. I'm kind of just in this mad dash to try to dismantle the HRE. Not sure I can do it. You only have a year until the event pops. I'm going to scornfully insult a Wolgast. Okay, so we're looking good. Alliance Mainz and Alliance Brandenburg. So we got all the alliances we need. We also do need to attack Bohemia before this happens, which whether or not I'm ready for, I'm going to have to go. So I'm going to declare war on Bohemia first. Go ahead and jump into that. I more or less need to get to his capital. So we're sieging down Prague. And for this event, the Black Army, I'm just going to grab it because it sounds cool. One thing I would recommend doing is going through the electors and checking to see if you can pay off their debt, because a lot of times they won't join the war if they're in debt. So I just like to click around and make sure none of them are in debt. So in this case, Brandenburg, I can take on his debt. He's in quite a bit of debt, but it should be helpful. So we should be about ready for this war to kick off. Here it is. The Emperor's demands the Low Countries. I'm going to select all of Burgundy as ours. I'm just waiting for his army to leave his capital, and I'm just going to rush there. Hopefully he doesn't come back and kill me. I feel like he could just kill me, but maybe he won't. Oh, no, he will. Okay, no, he's doing it. He's killing me. Actually not going that bad for me. Am I better? I'm just better. So I got the Free Company going just to support that little stack. It's a little greedy for me to not have anything. I'm glad they won the battle, but just a little bit greedy. Okay, the Siege of Prague is over. So I can now dismantle the HRE. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So on this war from Bohemia, you're going to need 5 provinces in that region. And I'm going to go ahead and select these 5 because they're just pretty cheap, war score wise and AE wise to take. And I'm not going to take money because I want to PU them. So less truce timer is good. Go ahead and grab the Bohemian Borderlands. So I got the Bohemian Borderlands, and that gives me a PU against them. We'll come back when the truce is up and PU them later. So in this war, I'm going to go ahead and grab these 4 provinces I only want these 3 for the Venice trade region, but I have to take 4 for the mission. So we're just going to do that. Again, no money. I want a short truce. So I'll complete the mission here. Should give us a restoration union on Austria. I happen to notice the Ottomans are already in 2 wars. So I'm going to take this opportunity to attack them. I'm just going to declare on Serbia, co-belligerate the Ottomans. I need to break all my alliances with the electors, though. So I'm just going to go ahead and dissolve with pretty much everybody, like all the electors I allied. So we're back within our limits. And I forgot to do this earlier, but I can do strong duchies. I'm getting coalition a little bit. It's not a huge deal. I'll just improve with the coalition members. No way. Venice has Constantinople. That is some odd RNG. I've never seen that before. I don't even need an OCB Byzantium. Venice has got me. The coalition's pretty much disbanding. Maybe a few people left in it, but nothing major. Ottomans are pulling out the rebels. The power play. I'm going to separate peace the Ottomans in this war. Just going to grab these provinces for a mission. I should complete a mission here. Liberate Bulgaria. And that'll give me claims as well. I'm going to go ahead and grab full annexation from Serbia. And again, we'll try to concentrate. We're trying to do a mission. So we're trying to concentrate dev a bit. I'm going to focus admin because we're desperate for it at this point. I got the subjugate Serbia mission done, but it gives you an AE mod. And I want to wait until I'm ending a war to use that so I get the most benefit. And I'm probably going to remove these forts that aren't on the border since I don't get the bonus. I'm going to work on my Order of the Dragon mission, and that's just a special state that gives local garrison and local garrison army damage. And it also gives 1 manpower to each province in the region. It does cost 50 military points to activate. Okay, so far we have 21. We need 9 more, so we'll get working on that in time. I'm going to go ahead and grab the integration policy, and we can start integrating Croatia. I'm going to grant development of temples and clerical education, just because I have a mission where I need to do 5 privileges. I also have to have 5 temples, though. We'll get working on that. I'm going to grab a land right, as we're kind of getting to that point. I'm going to grab the promote burgers bookkeeping for a cheaper inflation reduction. I'm going to disable support loyalists on my 2 subjects. They should be good now. I'm going to ask for knowledge sharing from the knights. I need to deal with some revolts, then I need to get my unions with Bohemia and Austria. So I may just go around and provoke a couple revolts. I'll try to continue the Renaissance here because I think it's because I believe it's new. Racing institution now gives 100 of each monarch point. We'll give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and do Restoration Union on Bohemia. Currently fresh out of manpower, but we should be fine. Before we end this war, we're going to do this Subjugate Serbia mission. It gives us the AE impact. I'm going to grab this Integrate Croatia mission. And one bonus of this, if we complete this while we have the Annex Subjects modifier will be removed, but I have the integration policy, so it won't really matter for me. I'm going to collect trade from Rhineland in the middle here, not because it's affected, but because I want to do established communities. So I'm going to grab the Union and max money in this war. I'll need to improve relations with Bohemia. So the Duchy of Burgundy has died. We'll go ahead and integrate Burgundy. And I guess that completes this mission straight away because we now have 5 churches. Get this mission done as well. We complete this mission by having 100 dev, well, 196 dev that is Orthodox. But there is something called Grant Orthodox Autonomy that gives. I'm going to go ahead and grant that privilege so that my religious unity can be saved or at least greatly improved. I also just integrated Croatia, so that just means I have more land I don't want. I want to be able to state this up, but I just don't have the gov cap. But what I can do is go towards this mission here. This will change my government rank to Empire, which will give me a little bit more room. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go for the Restoration Union on Austria next. Well, before we do, actually, I want to get the Restoration Union on Naples, but I realize he's allied to France, so I actually want to see if I can befriend him and then make him break lines with France, because that sounds easier. So yeah, I'm just going to ally to Naples, then we'll curry favors. So with that out of the way, let's Restoration Union on Austria. I got this mission done as well. Of course, the HRE doesn't exist, so I won't be joining the HRE. Normally, this would allow you to take his elector spot. I'm not getting the value of Burgundy yet because I cannot full state yet, hopefully in time. I wanted new burger loans, but I'm thinking I might need the land rights, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll do that instead. No new burger loans. Feels bad, man. I'm going to grab admin 5. I'm going to grab espionage. I should be able to get at least the first 2 parts done. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then grab mill 7 as well and get some cannons in the future. So got this mission done as strong economy. I really should have clicked this first, I'm realizing. But this will give me the idea cost -10%, the tech 5%, so that's all good. It would have only saved me a little bit of points, but not a big deal. We're going to grab this. This lets you change the production focus in pest. Though I'm not the greatest with trade goods, so I'm just going to hit the current focus works well. I'm sure there's probably a better option there. Let me know in the comments if you guys think iron, copper, cloth, glass, or getting 3 dev is the most ideal choice. I'm going to work on deving this to 25 because there's a mission that gives us a 75% off advisor. I got this mission done here, and you either need a university or dev 25. That's going to give us a 75% off advisor. And since I can't afford it, you know, more loans. And I will go ahead and just upgrade that guy to level 5. We'll be able to recover a little bit of debt. No worries. We're only in 5 loans. It's not too bad. I got an event. I can get a half off mill advisor. That seems pretty good. I'll go and grab that. Although I can't afford that very well. But, you know, everything's fine. We're just about to be able to state up all this land. And then we'll be able to probably do a little better financially. I'm going to grab war reps, trade power, and money from secondary targets in this war. I'm going to end the war, grab the Union a little bit of money. I don't want to go and invade Sweden for the rest of the war score, so that is perfectly fine. And that will complete my mission, take Vienna, which makes me an empire, for one. I'm going to pick the top option, even though there's no HRE and there's no reason to. I just don't really care for subjugation CBs. So we have a little bit more GovCap space, so we're going to state up some stuff that we couldn't before. I'm going to give this province to Austria just because, you know, the border gore, it's too much. And same thing with these Bohemian provinces. The borders just feel a little better to me. And I got this mission done here. We get permanent power projection and max effective absolutism. This basically translates into admin efficiency later. I'm going to continue to work through espionage. I got faceting, going to need to improve with Austria. I guess I could rival to France. We now are #1 great power. We're doing pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and declare war on Venice. And I'm not going to call in Naples because I want those favors to break alliance with France still. Although he does have a navy, so maybe it could be worth. I'm going to go for Proclaim Holy War and give myself a little chance at the papacy for relations with the papal state himself. I doubt I can ever make it to his capital, unfortunately. That's why I'm almost tempted to call in Naples for ships, but then I'd have to wait longer for the PU. There's no guarantee that just because I bring in Naples I could even get there, though. I have 14 ships that I could use as a diversion. That's what I'm thinking I might do, is just kind of try to use these ships as a diversion. Although the chance of me getting my troops to his capital seems pretty low at best. Oh, he found my diversion fleet. No. The play is to retreat to here. Come on, let me retreat. Okay, we retreat to there. I'm going to call on Naples in the hopes that his ships will distract Venice long enough. More or less, we're just dreaming that somehow Naples' ships will provide a good enough distraction. I'm not the most helpful it'll work, but I can dream. I think it's my chance. I went and attacked here. No, he's coming, though. Oh, we're actually winning? Oh, we're insane. Calling in Naples was the way. Naples hard carrying me there. I've got the diplomats and advisor cost here. That's going to be super handy. Should probably use my diplomats to just improve with neighboring. People don't really like me at the moment. I didn't co-belligerate silly, but I'm just going to take his land anyways because it looks better that way. Uh-oh, my ships. Naples, where were you? Betrayed. I'm going to get Warp's trade power from Mantua. I'm going to take these provinces in the war. I definitely want to take this so I don't have to play the cross the water game. I didn't realize I could do this, but I can actually trade companies regions, so I'm actually just going to do that. I'm going to build a company teapot for the local trade power. So we're going to go ahead and collect trade in Venice. I didn't even realize you could trade company from that far. I would have thought Pest's capital was too close, but surprisingly, it's not. I'm really maxed on mills, so I'm just going to start getting professionalism. Although perhaps I should dev, because I think there was a mission that requires 60 crown land here. Yeah, so it could be smart to dev instead. Okay, so I got this mission done here. Next one I need workshops. We can get working on that soon. Getting coalitioned a bit, so we're probably going to have to just hang out and recover for a bit. Go ahead and improve with outraged. Go ahead and seize land. I'm going to get my crown land to 60 eventually, which is going to be a tall task. And I'll start working through my coalition. I'm not that aggressive. I just kind of have to get some relations going. I have a lot of diplomats too that can help out. I'll do expend temple rights here. I'm going to move my trade city to Venice. I'm going to ask Naples to break alliance with France. Then I'm going to break alliance with him. I'm going to grab claim on Albania. I'm going to go ahead and create my mid-game template. I like a 12-4-4 stack, something that I've found to be very solid throughout the years. And we're just going to go ahead and conform to that template. I'm hoping to conform into 2 sack of guys. So we can get rid of the mercs now. And we're going to conform into that as well. Grab mill 8. A little bit unbalanced, but we can afford to be. We have espionage. And the coalition is kind of dying off here. We got tech 7, and we're going to do admin ideas. Espionage ideas is done, so that's nice. Go ahead and seize land. I'm going to create my trade center here. It's in the Venice region. We're going to start pushing through admin ideas. I'm going to declare on Albania. And this is mostly just about resetting the truce with Venice. I think I'll just go for a barrage assault on his capital and see if he'll want to call it a day. I'm just going to go ahead and white peace Venice. That's most of what the war is about. Just getting white peace with Venice. But now that truce timer is a lot better for me. I also got colonization with Albania. That looks good. It's a bit of a nasty event here, decline of world power. You have to take a 3 stab drop where you get 25 idea cost and 25 tech cost until the death of, I believe, my ruler. I'm just going to take the stab drop. I could potentially advocate, but I don't think I want to in this case. Naples is getting unioned by Spain. No. Spain, not like this. I think you might just be trying to steal his land. We'll seize land here. We're just trying to get that crown land up. So we know we need 60 crown land at some point. I'm going to work on building some workshops here for this mission here. Our tech's looking pretty good, aside from our admin, but we'll get there. So accepted Walloon culture just to get that advisor here. I want to upgrade him to 5. I think I'll take a loan. I'll take 2 loans even. I'll take 3 loans even. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I really need admin, so it could be worth it. Our truce with Venice expired, so we can go ahead and declare on Venice. I'm going to co-belligerate Mantua because he has some trade I want. I'm going to also co-belligerate Florence. I can go ahead and recruit up another stack of guys. I'm going to complete this here and get the Order of the Dragon done. I kind of like the dev it gives you. Kind of just like, I'm going to do it a couple more places because it gives you a bunch of military dev. So I got this Order of the Dragon done. It's going to give a bunch of armed tradition. See if I have any more places to grant it because it actually gives more tradition the more places you have it granted. I don't think there's any more spots I could grant it. No, I think we're all capped out, so go ahead and grab that mission. Our armed tradition's looking pretty good. Grab adaptability here. I'm going to fully annex Ragusa, even though I didn't co-belligerate. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. It gives us a mission here, recover Dalmatia. Gives us the restoration union on Naples, though I don't think it's really worth it at this point. He's pretty... Naples is struggling. I'm not sure that I really want him as a union, although I do want his land, so I could declare that now. I mean, he's probably going to die if I don't. I'm not rid of increased levies now. That way I'm able to seize their land. I got a half off level 3 mil. I'll grab it. And I've got this Bosnian security mission done now that I took that land. I believe it was Ragusa's land that I took. I could do expand the Black Army, but I think I'm just going to do military engineering because military engineering is very nice. I'm going to white peace Milan. I should be able to end this war. I'm just trying to figure out what I can get. I'll white peace Brigands. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take the co-belligerate land very easily. There's just so much I want in the war, but I can't have it all. It's rough. I'm just going to go and white peace Florence since I can't take anything. And I want a short truce. And then I will annex Mantua and take some stuff from Venice. Going after the trade mostly here. Also Constantinople for a mission. It is strange that Venice even had Constantinople to begin with. But I got the push on to Constantinople mission. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this here. This is going to give me 50 trade power in Venice to the end of the game. I forgot I was even at war with Naples, but I'm going to fully annex him. I'm getting coalition, of course. The usual. I'm going to add Genoa's stuff to the trade company. Obviously, I'm going to be very far off from getting another merchant, but we'll work towards it. I'm going to improve relations with Castile so he can't coalition me. And then I'll attack him. Definitely need transport ships at this point, though. I'm going to mothball my forts for now. I'm kind of losing a bit of money. Mill 9 here. A little bit of innovativeness. Trying to get through our admin. Getting through our admin was going to help because we need the kind of a gov cap at the moment. Yeah, I got to work through my coalition once again. But people are really mad this time. Almost through our admin. One more to go. I knew the rebels in Constantinople would be on their way. But luckily we built transports. Seize land here. We're getting our crown land in a pretty good spot. Protestant Reformation is here. The Dutch revolt is going to happen. See if I can accept the cultures. I need to accept Dutch and Friesland. Can probably do that. The coalition has dissolved. People in Italy are still upset with me, but they're just combined. They don't feel confident enough. Spain and Portugal are not friends anymore. I guess Castile decided he wanted all of Iberia. Currently, France and Castile are fighting, and that actually gives me an opportunity to jump in on that. And I think I will. He's got rightful Hungarian land, and I can't stand for that. And of course, Italy is full of the good trade. That's why it's always nice to attack in Italy. Nice, and yet it's very aggressive. Italy's kind of a bitch to take. I don't know how Austria crossed the water, but good on you. Okay, the talented and ambitious daughter. I have to say, though, this is not that impressive for a talented and ambitious daughter at 544. It's still good, but maybe the worst talented and ambitious daughter I've ever seen. But I will put my leader in the army. Hopefully he will die. I'm going to spy network on the Papal States. Might be a bad idea, but I really want Rome, you know. It's a pretty nice place. I finished up Aben. I'm going to grab this policy, which is super handy. Advisor cost, negative 20%. And I'm trying to have at least level 3 advisors in each group at this point. I believe we are a little inflated. We actually should pay to remove that a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and end the war with Castile and Aragon. And Navarra. Didn't mean to leave him out. He doesn't deserve that. I'm just going to take a bunch of land here. I also snuck Malta. Of course, Malta's a pretty nice, great project. We also managed to get lots of trade to Genoa. We're just going to assign everything to trade companies in Genoa. We don't quite have enough to get the merchants still, so it doesn't really matter. Someday, though. Maybe I should just attack Rome right now. The temptation to just go to war and take Rome, it is strong. I'm going to upgrade this to level 2. I'm going to go for the company depot. I'm trying to get my trade in Genoa up. We're at 36%. I'm going to go ahead and declare on the Papal States because I would like Rome. It's a nice place. Rightful Hungarian land, too, if you ask me. I got this mission done here as well. It gives you a little bit of admin efficiency and years of separatism. If I would have had Naples, it could have made it so I don't get that diplo rep penalty. But if I have the integration policy, that doesn't really do much. I need to build a few more workshops, so I could probably do that. Just go and build 5 workshops in this region. I'm getting coalitioned even by the likes of France. They're just jealous of the trade. I'll go ahead and white peace Venice for a shorter truce. I'm going to build up to 100 guys just to show them I mean business. Maybe we can scarf that coalition. I'm sure they're going to get excommunicated again. So I need base protection 6 for this mission. So I got to dev up, looks like 5 provinces a bit. I'll just get Orbs trade power money from the non-belligerated targets. And I'm going to go ahead and fully annex the Papal States. And I'm going to add that to the trade company. We're building the trade company up. It's got to be close. I'm pretty sure we can get the merchant in Genoa soon. I have faith. I'm just going to dev low cost for Crown Land, because there's a mission that I need 60% Crown Land. I'm pretty far ahead of military tech. Right now we have 58%. We could actually just dev up to 60 probably, or close to. There we go. So we got the 60% we need. I'm going to hit we shall never support such a state. They have to come to terms with Rome being mine. I'm going to reduce my inflation. And I'm going to turn off my war taxes because I'm going to forget in the next age. So I might as well just do it now. I'm going to dev this as 6, and that should finish my mission here. That's just going to give us a little bit of money, local goods produced, and local dev costs in the area. And we need 7 government reforms for this next one, so we're just going to have to wait a bit. Although we already have the 60 crown land required, so that's good. We need to build some courthouses anyways, so that's a fine mission for me. We're going to hit Admin 8 here, and then we're going to start building a bunch of courthouses. I'm going to upgrade some trade centers to level 2. I'm going to build some trade investments. So I'm going to collect from Genoa now. Age of Reformation has begun. We currently make 52 ducats from trade, not too bad. I didn't realize this before, but I can actually trade company the land up here. So I'm just going to trade company the trade center regions. I'm going to upgrade these trade centers. I'll just grab the end of the Black Army here for the Army Tradition. I'm going to turn off my maintenance for a little bit, and we can mothball ports. We just want to rake in some money. I'm going to do these trade investments. It's a pretty nice event here. It's going to give us negative 10% stab cost and some nobility, loyalty, equilibrium. Go and grab that. I'm going to grab this trade investment here. We're at 48.4. We could see if we can build some trade stuff here. I want to build some trade buildings up here. This should give us the extra merchant from the English Channel. All right, so we got the extra merchant, just barely. I'm going to build a world port in this province here, just so I have a little bit more of a security. I don't want to like lose the merchant back and forth or anything like that. I'm going to grab the institution, grab Tech 10 ahead of time. Crown's at 66%, so we're looking pretty solid there. We're Tech 10 across the board. Our tech is pretty good. I'm not sure what to do as a third idea group, but diplomatic or religious both sound pretty good. I'll just go for religious. It's just a really solid idea group. I'm out of debt at this point, and we're making a lot of money. I'm going to upgrade the Doge's Palace, just so I can get that reform progress growth. Merchantry, unfortunately, demands that we have 7 gov reforms done, so it's just kind of something we need to do. I'll grab General Estates just for the reform progress growth. There's something we kind of have to focus on. I'm going to build some core houses because there's a mission to do that, so we might as well crank out some core houses. Building a bunch of workshops, just kind of investing in my economy a little bit. We have a lot of AE at the moment too, so it's okay. So I should probably be more active with my diplomats. Try to get that coalition getting dissolved. I'm just going to abdicate because I want my new ruler, the 544. Although I'm going to need to boost my stability. Dutch revolt problems. I'm going to get more core houses going. One of my missions wants me to get 80% crown land. So I'm going to use extra points to just dev for crown land at the moment. Just going to go to cheapest cost and just dev up a bit. Be more efficient with this, but I don't really mind. Currently we're at 70%, so we're looking pretty good with our crown land. Go ahead and rival Spain, and then I'm probably going to embargo him. I'm going to turn my maintenance on and kind of get ready to the next war. I'm going to dev a bit more here for crown land. And we're at 75%. We're going to seize land. It'll put us up to 80% crown land. So our crown land is looking great. I'm going to go ahead and declare on the Ottomans here. I'll make the war goal Edirne his capital. It's probably past time I built a proper fleet. Let's make a flagship. And we're probably just going to pump out a bunch of heavies. We'll build more when you have the money for it. But for now, we'll build 10 heavies. It would be smart to get a proper navy going. I got a helping hand here. That's quite nice. I'm going to go and dysentery here. Not so good of an air there. I'll never know how Poland got across the water. Maybe. Oh, he probably just walked around. I was too lazy to walk around. 323. No. I'll probably disinherit him in a bit. I just don't want to have negative prestige. I can improve with the Papal States now that he's been relocated. I'm going to build a couple of porcelain buildings just so I can build in more guys. I'm going to dev crown land a little bit more here. Mostly because I'm going to lose crown land when I take this land. Yeah, I imagine I'm going to lose at least 2%. I'm going to recruit more heavies. Trying to get that proper navy going. So I'm going to end the war with the Ottomans. Just going to take everything on this side of the water. That'll grab me this mission here. 75% off advisor. And this mission here. I can hold this mission for a bit though because it gives that AE impact. Mamluks entered the coalition. Great. You guys need to chill out. Got a 75% off advisor. It's going to be up here during 5. Suppose we could seize land. Puts us at 85% crown land. I'm going to ally with the Papal States, so I can't get excommunicated. Although I have Rome, so it's not like I'm going to get any points. I'll recruit 20 more guys. And I got this mission, the Teutonic Advance I never did. I might as well. Let's go ahead and declare that war, make the war go Danzig. France left the coalition. He has no more AE, sadly for him. Got a half-off National Unrest Advisor. So I'm going to end the war with the Teutons. Just going to give Poland all the land. That's going to complete the Teutonic Advance. We'll go ahead and do this mission, Heirs of Ruthenia. We just need to own a steppe province. So I'll just declare on Muscovy, and shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to engage lazy mode and just auto-siege. We got our Deus Volt now. Very nice. I'm going to go for my tier 7 reform. I'm going to pick dynastic administration. Also because I have espionage, and that allows me to not worry about that yearly corruption, and then I just get a free admin point, basically. I think it's quite handy. Now we can finally complete our mission of strong government. For 10 years, negative 25% expand infrastructure costs, and then negative 10% to centralize. Then we have the Peoples of Hungary for having 250 dev in that region, and 3 promoted cultures. This lets us choose between cost of advisors with ruler's culture, negative 10%, and 30% manpower and primary culture provinces. Or we can choose to have +3 max promoted cultures, as well as 10% manpower in accepted cultures. I'm not really sure the better option is here. I like the idea of the more promoted cultures, though I'm not sure which one's better. I'm going to go with that one myself. And then we can do this mission, Found Budapest, which we have for having 40 dev in our capital, as well as a temple, marketplace, and workshop. This gives max absolutism and 100 gov cap, as well as deving pest has a 20% chance of getting 1 additional development. I guess we need 3 stability for this last one here, so we'll work on that. I'm going to do Religious Wars as my first age ability. And this mission wants me to have just 1 owned provinces in the steppes. I'm going to build a bigger navy, just lots and lots of heavies. Go 50 heavies and probably 50 transports. Probably get rid of the trade ships. I'm going to go ahead and focus military, as our next mission is requiring us to have a lot of professionalism. And really, I could probably get the professionalism right now, or close. No, yeah, I can get 50% now. Although I guess when I recruit the mercs, it's going to ruin my professionalism, so I have to have a little bit more. Seems like a strange mission. I'm going to grab my stability to 3 for that mission here, Multicultural Empire. This is going to lower the tech requirement to form Austro-Hungary to 15, as well as give us a tier 1 with negative 2 national unrest, some promoted cultures, monarch diplo skill, and promote culture costs. So solid things. Go ahead and grab that. We also are able to have Order of the Dragon permanently. It's not tied to tier 1. It looks like there's no picture at the moment. I'll just go ahead and get Bulwark of Christianity now. I'm not really going to use the impact as well as I could, but I don't think it's a big deal. I'm going to YP Sweden. So I'm going to go ahead and end the war with Muscovy. And I took these ridiculous borders just to humiliate him. There's no way he comes back from this. I'm going to give this land to Lithuania because I really don't want it. And Lithuania is going to love it. Oh no, he can't take it all. No, he can't save me from what I've done. It's beautiful. Look, Muscovy is just this little tiny nation over here and over here. I'm definitely not intimidated by Muscovy anymore. But on a serious note, I think it does make it really awkward for them to deal with the rebels because they can't get access to their lands, and it can actually cause a lot of problems for them. But it's definitely not for everyone, I'll tell you that. I know some people are going to freak out about the borders. So I'm going to get some more professionalism. I need 40 mercs, so I'm just going to hire the independent army. And then I can grab that mission. And recruiting the Black Army now grants 1 professionalism. Okay, going to get rid of those. And so we've hit a point where we more or less just need to wait to complete the remaining objectives. We have this mission here, which requires us to have 10 universities, and we can't build universities till Tech 17. And what this does is if our ruler is at least 12 in total stats, we get 50 of each power point every time we tech up. And we get institution spread and truth faith plus 25% till the end of the game. Funny enough, I didn't actually complete this mission. I got distracted. Oh no. Now I gotta get that done. I'm just gonna dev a bit for crown land. I want to get to 100 crown land. Sure thing. Why not? So I have 92% crown land now. We, of course, are gonna have +5 advisors at all times from here on forward. I can't believe I didn't get a single steps province. I'm impressed. You can already see here what kind of problems I've created for Muscovy. He can't get to these rebels. I don't know if he can get to these rebels either. It might be rough for him. Looks like Russia was formed. Good for him. The coalition is officially disbanded, so I could attack anyone if I'd wanted to. I'm going to give Lithuania these other provinces now. Our techs are all looking really solid, as you can see here. I'll go ahead and attack Crimea just because I wanted to complete that mission, and I forgot to, where I need 1 step province. I have a navy, so I could actually cross the water. I'm cheating, I know. On the war with the Ottomans, taking a 1 steps province. That'll grant me the heirs of Ruthenia, and I'm going to give that to Lithuania because I don't want it. And the completionist part of me wants to finish the mission tree, so I'm just going to probably do a bit of a time skip. I'm not even going to attack anyone. I'm just going to completely specify maintenance and just wait till time passes. Obviously, I could be attacking and expanding and that sort of thing, but since I'm in such a good spot, I'm just gonna let time pass, and that should be fine. I got tech 14, so I can grab diplomatic. Suppose I can focus that. Again, I'm not conquering anything. I'm just waiting for time to pass. Oh no! So many rebel groups popped out of Russia because of what I did to him. He's probably gonna lose Oirad too. All right, tier 9 reform. I like Machiavellian's reign, so diplomatic is done. Alrighty, so we're at tech 15. We can now form the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll hit yes, please. We inherited Austria, which is cool. This does not change our mission tree, of course. However, we do get a new idea set. Let's go ahead and look at them. Heretic and heathen provinces do not give any penalties. Morale and Diplo rep. We get 5 discipline. Manpower and accepted provinces, 30%. Goods produced 10%. Negative 20% states governing costs. That's actually pretty huge. Plus 25% province trade power modifier. And finally, 10% artillery costs and artillery combatability. So definitely not too bad. We can also restore our name and our color. Let's do it. Restore our name. Austria-Hungary. Restore our color. That was not our color, but I guess we'll count it. Poor Russia, he lost like everything. Oh no, he didn't deserve this. I finally made it to tech 17. And now we can build our universities. Let's complete the final mission here. I more or less just wanted to do that for the completionist part of me. But you can see our mission tree is completely done. That's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this style where I just focus on the one nation in their mission tree, or if you guys prefer the normal tag switch type style that I like. But as always, thanks for watching and have a great one.